"What do you paint when you paint a wall?" said John Dee's grandson Nelson. "Do you paint just anything there at all? Will there be any doves or a tree in fall, or a hunting scene like an English hall?" "I paint what I see," said Rivera. "What are the colors you use when you paint?" said John Dee's grandson Nelson. "Do you use any red in the beard of a saint? If you do, is it terribly red or faint? Do you use any blue? Is it Prussian?" "I paint what I paint," said Rivera. "Whose is that head I see on my wall?" said John Dee's grandson Nelson. "Is it anyone's head whom we know at all? A Renoncellier or a Saltonstall? Is it Franklin D? Is it Mordaunt Hall? Or is it the head of a Russian?" "I paint what I think," said Rivera. "I paint what I paint. I paint what I think. And the thing that is dearest in life to me in a bourgeoisie hall is in Gregory. However, I'll take out a couple of people drinking and put in a picture of Abraham Lincoln. I could even give you McCormick's Reaper and still not make my art much cheaper. But the head of Lenin has got to stay, or my friends will give me the bird today. The bird forever." "It's not in good taste in a man like me," said John Dee's grandson Nelson, "to question an artist's integrity, or mention a practical thing like a fee. But I know what I like to a large degree. Though art I hate to hamper, for 21,000 conservative bucks, you painted a radical. I say shucks. I never could rent the offices, for this, as you know, is a public hall, and people want doves or a tree in fall. And though your art I dislike to hamper, I owe a little to God and Gramper, and after all, it's my wall." "We'll see if it is," said Rivera.
The poem was initially published by E.B. White in the May 1933 New Yorker in response to the uproar caused by Diego Rivera's mural at the Rockefeller Center. The name John Dee and Nelson both make reference to the Rockefeller family, one of the richest families in America at the time Diego Rivera painted his mural. However, Rivera's communist ideals and Mexican heritage were counter that of the Rockefeller family and were made apparent through his mural of the man at the crossroads. E.B. White writes the poem in a sort of conversational form between Nelson Rockefeller and Diego Rivera, in which Nelson continues to bombard Rivera with questions. Rivera's responses are at first simplistic, but by the seventh stanza he speaks his mind through his communist ideals. Rivera starts the seventh stanza by saying, "The thing that is dearest in my life to me, in a bourgeoisie hall, is integrity." Rivera, being a communist, is disgusted by families like the Rockefellers, and is basically saying that the only way to have integrity is through communism. Later in the stanza, Rivera alludes to communism in the form of McCormick's Reaper. McCormick's Reaper was a horse-drawn farm tool that replaced the scythe in the early 1830s. Rivera makes an example of it to mock the capitalist ideals of production and how optimization kicks the unskilled worker to the curb. In the eighth stanza, a confused Nelson Rockefeller continues to question Rivera and his motives as to why he could not just paint a simple dove or a tree. He even calls the painting a radical and admits to his conservative ideals. But by the end, Nelson realizes it is his wall and he can remove the painting. However, Rivera gets the last word by saying, "We'll see if it is." This phrase both supports Rivera's ideals of communism and its call for a redistribution of wealth, and also may be directed as a challenging remark towards Nelson himself.